All right, man. Back again with another edition of this boxing, man. Um, Andre Ward, awesome job this weekend, man. He got in there and gave some different looks for himself. He got in there. He was moving off the jab. He landed some combinations, um, some in bunches and some, strung together. He was moving around a little bit. He got in and he fought tight, got in the box, and he was able to slip punches, and he took some, and that was the most important part for me watching Ward this weekend was how could he move up in weight and be able to sustain those punches. And I mean, he picked a good guy. The guy got in there and he was pretty strong. Sullivan, he was pretty strong. Young dude. He looked, and for all of you guys that don't understand boxing, as far as weights go, that guy was what you want to look like when you're walking around at a specific weight. He was walking around in the 170, 175 range. He was solid. You can look at his build, his back, his frame was solid. That's what you're supposed to look like in your division. And Ward picked the perfect candidate as far as coming back, off of a layoff, 9 month layoff, mind you, and got in there and was able to go walk into another division and completely outbox this guy. You know, there was moments where Ward, you could see that the weight was bothering him a little bit. He started getting tired around the sixth and the seventh round. He was tired, and it was hard for him to move around and make the adjustments that he wanted to make. He didn't want to move too much because he started feeling sluggish. His legs were heavy. You could see his breathing picking up a lot more, and he was struggling up in there. So if anybody understands anything about weight, man, and training with certain weight and going up and down in your body mass, that stuff ain't no joke, man. When you're trying to get to a certain level to where you can get a particular type of performance out of your body when you're at a certain weight. To go in there and do what he was doing at the middleweight division, super middleweight, what have you, at the middleweight division, turning guys, moving off the pivot, slipping, moving laterally, moving off the jab. All of those things that Ward was in there trying to do came back to bite him a little bit um, in this light heavyweight division in his first fight, which I believe is going to improve as he begins to walk around in the 170, 175 range. If he when he continues to eat at that range, he continues to sleep. He's walking around. He's building muscle on top of that frame. Because no matter what, man, your frame is always going to remain the same. And what I mean by your frame is your bone structure. Your bone structure is going to continue to remain the same. It's just how much mass are you going to put on top of that frame, or how much mass can the frame sustain? How much mass can your body actually deal with? How can that frame sustain? It's like uh, when flat TVs first started coming out, and you would go and get a harness for it. You could either get you a harness that's swivel that's on the stand, or you can get one and put it on the wall. So each one of those harness, is like the frame, and you try to put one of those 60-inch TVs on a 40-pound frame. It's gonna come off the wall, or it's gonna tip over if you got it on the stand. So it doesn't matter, you know. You know, uh, weight is one thing, but what you really want to be concerned with is the frame and how much mass are you putting on that frame. So if that's not your natural your natural body mass, then it's going to be tough for you to get in there and do the things that you normally do at a lighter weight, at the weight that your body normally responds to, having lighter mass on it. So his body is used to responding to the 160ish uh, weight class, weight division. So he can move around, he can twist, he can turn, he can move off the pivot, he can do all of those things that he would like to do at a lighter weight. But now he's in there at a heavier weight, and as you can see, he was a bit round. He had some flab going on, so that the training camp wasn't enough for him. Uh, but he still got in there and he got the job done nonetheless. He took some of that guy's best shots, and he gave some good shots. Knocked him down twice. They only counted him for one. Um, looking good, man. He rated himself a B, and he feels that he could do a better job. You got all these haters out here, saying, "Oh, Ward looked timid. He looked timid in the ring. He was scared. He was on his bicycle." I mean, I read comments like that, man. Boxing scene everywhere, everywhere. You got guys commenting on Ward. They were hoping to see him get in there and fail, and him get in there and have a hard time, and him struggling, with this guy, and this guy putting hands on him. But it just didn't happen. And I know Kovalev saw that it's going to be a lot more work than he thought, with Ward being able to walk into another division and look the way that he did on Saturday night. Was it extra impressive? No. Was it his best performance? No, it was not his best performance. Was it his worst? No, it was not his worst performance. It was a subpar performance after coming off of a 9-month layoff. So you got to get a guy his just due. He boxed well, man, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in there with Kovalev. But Abel Sanchez is a bum, man. All of the guys that he ends up training, they come straight forward. Sullivan was coming straight forward, man, in a straight line. He didn't offer any different looks for Ward, and that's why Ward was able to get in there and put together combinations and move off the jab, pivot, all of those things, man. So, look, stop the hate, man. Congratulate this guy, and I can't wait to see him get in there against Kovalev. We know he's probably going to take another fight before then, but I'm getting sick and tired of hearing all of the haters out there, man, waiting to see, this dude fall down, because you want Triple G to succeed. Triple G is a bum. He comes forward, he can't. I mean, how many of us have actually seen Triple G fight moving backwards? When he actually gets in there with a guy that once again, that can sustain that weight and come forward, big frame like him, and that's able to do the things that he could do in the ring, then we'll understand where Triple G really is, man. So it is what it is, man. Haters are gonna hate. They gonna say what they gonna say. Trolls gonna troll. Holla at your boy. Peace.